watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey, you're watching DC News Now at 9. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Annalisa Gale, filling in for Thasmeen Mahfouz. We start with a look at the forecast on this DMV First Warn Day. This is a live look at the National Mall as we wind down on the first day of November, Chris. And tonight, we have our first freeze watch
throughout the area. Just a few minutes, our Mayor Carbone will join us live with how the district is preparing for that.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb is in the studio. Janessa, temperatures have definitely been dropping tonight. I had that Parker coat pulled out of the closet.
Yeah, it's that heavy-duty coat that's in place. That freeze watch is no longer in place. It's actually a freeze warning that's taking over the DMV. There's a huge difference between a watch and a warning. A watch means we're watching if this will go into place tomorrow morning. A warning means that it will take place. And so that's what's going to happen, where we're going to see teens and 20s making its way across the region. Clear skies, and with all the clearing that's unfolding, no clouds right now. It's causing us to have little insulation, but it's a very beautiful night. It's very sneaky out there with all the sunshine and the clearing that we've been seeing. There's no heat behind it. Freeze warning in place for tonight, extending into about 9 a.m. Tomorrow morning. So DC, surrounding counties, all this kind of purplish color, that warning is going to expire around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we'll be done with the cold temperatures. Folks, really, we're actually headed for a warm-up for your Thursday. So after you really touch bases with meteorologist Jackie Layer in the morning, we're going to expire the DMV First Warn Day, because we're actually headed for the 60s and the 70s for daytime highs. Yeah, we're on the roller coaster. Right now, though, it is very chilly. 28 for Luray into the higher elevations. 39 is the feel like on your skin for DC, and it's a little bit warmer for Anne Arundel County into Annapolis. So let's plan out your morning. Really, this is the ambient air temperature. It's not what it feels like out there when we factor in the wind. So around 4 or 5 a.m., we're just above the freezing mark, and then we'll kind of gradually warm up throughout the morning. By 9 o'clock, we're back into the 40s, sitting under mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions. This will be about a 5 to 6 hour event, and then we'll be on our way to more sunshine in the forecast and a very actually mild weekend in store across the DMV. I'll have your extended forecast in a moment.
All right, Janessa, thank you. Well, we're continuing our team coverage now. A hypothermia alert is in effect in the district as wind chills hit below freezing. Our Mariel Carbone is live in Northwest Washington with how the district is responding tonight. And Mariel, the message tonight is that these temperatures can be dangerous if you're outside for too long tonight.
Yeah, that's right, which is why the district is working to ensure that anyone who needs a warm place to sleep tonight has one. Now, here at the Church of the Epiphany at 7 o'clock tonight, the doors opened up for any men who are needing shelter. This spot and others are now open nightly through hypothermia season. In the DMV, the weather is turning.
Pretty cold.
And people are bundling up.
I came here and I was probably wearing like a jacket, a sweater.
Wednesday marked the first day of hypothermia season in DC. It's also the first time the district initiated a hypothermia alert this season, meaning temperatures or wind chills are at or below freezing.
The temperatures, dropped really quick.
Laura Zeilinger is the director of the Department of Human Services, which operates shelters year-round. And during hypothermia season, capacity expands, with the district partnering with outside organizations to provide more beds to those who need them.
So it's just important to know that both that the weather can make things unsafe for people and that there's a safe place where people can come.
As soon as it starts, there are people who are lined up to be present in this space.
Reverend Glenna Huber is with the Church of the Epiphany, which is one partnering agency. 30 beds are available here. Huber expects everyone to fill every night through the end of March.
I think it says that the need is growing. It says that people are seeking safe space.
During the month of November, nearly 1,900 beds are available district-wide, and that number will grow as the season goes on.
As the weather gets cold and stays cold, more people will opt into shelters.
Now we know 2 people did die last year due to hypothermia, and the goal of the city is to make sure this year that number is 0. That's why these shelters are available. Chris and Annalisa, the message tonight, if you or you yourself or anybody else you know needs a shelter or a ride to the shelter, you just need to call the shelter hotline, and you can do that by calling 311. Reporting live downtown tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, and we see you have that scarf out there. How else are people staying safe that you've seen, and what tips are the district offering right now for people to stay warm?
Well, certainly a lot of people are bundling up. I noticed when I left my house today, a lot of people had hats on. I did earlier today. And that's the advice of the district. You want to make sure that you're staying inside if you can. And then, of course, making sure that you're limiting the exposure of your skin. So gloves, hats, and scarves like I've got on. And, of course, that advice, if you don't need to be outside or you see somebody that needs shelter, connecting those people with shelter. Again, that number 311 is all you need to do to call and connect to shelter and to transportation to a shelter.
All right, Marielle, thank you so much. And right now, Montgomery County is also under a hypothermia alert and a cold weather alert. The county is also asking residents to check on friends, family, and neighbors and to watch for signs of hypothermia there. If you find someone who looks to be in distress somehow, you could call 911 for help there.
All new at 9, a D.C. man accused of going on a deadly shooting rampage at the Potomac Avenue Metro Station earlier this year has been indicted. Isaiah Trotman is indicted on 52 charges, including first-degree murder while armed. The February shooting killed 63-year-old Robert Cunningham and left 2 others injured. Cunningham was a Metro worker and a father of 4, hailed a hero for jumping in to shield others from getting hurt in the rampage.
Well, developing now in Virginia, officials are responding to an overdose crisis at a Loudoun County high school. We're told at least 9 students at Parkview High School have overdosed on fentanyl, 8 of those within just the past 3 weeks. One of the 9 students there, officials say 4 overdosed inside the school building, 3 required Narcan, 2 requiring CPR. Now, according to the sheriff's office, the fentanyl pills are often blue with the number 30 on them. School board member and mom Tiffany Polifko was outside of Parkview High School today. She says parents need to be having honest conversations about the dangers of the drug.
My husband and I are absolutely having these conversations with our kids. We can give them the information about fentanyl, but we also have to be real about what's happening within our school walls.
And school principal Jason Jefferson sent a message to the community yesterday, generally warning and informing them about this. But it wasn't until the sheriff's office sounded the alarm yesterday that parents say they were officially warned about the overdoses. Now, according to the sheriff's office, 18 minors have overdosed in Loudoun County this year. And tonight, the concerning trend is top of mind in the county. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla takes a look at possible solutions to this epidemic and one father's advice for fellow parents.
What's the emotion when you learn of what's happened here the last few weeks?
Well, it's shock.
Speaking with DC News Now outside of Parkview High School, this parent did not want to identify himself, but said solutions need to be found soon, and they start at home.
Talk to the child. I don't know, it doesn't matter, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but you have to communicate with them.
These conversations about fentanyl and drug use can be really tough to have with your children, but people say they are so important to have, especially considering what's been going on here at Parkview High School for the last few weeks.
I would say I saw this on the news and it scares me.
Shelley Young is the executive director of the Chris Atwood Foundation. Beyond mental health services and in-school conversations, she says open dialogue can help on an individual level.
Then it opens up the conversation because it's non-confrontational. It's more like, let's talk about what to do in an emergency situation.
Young's advice is to tell your kids any number of pills could look okay, but could be laced with fentanyl, and to explain the importance of naloxone. Those tips come as there's a growing desire for openness from Loudoun County Public Schools.
Better communications, better information.
And communicate it widely so that all the parents can have a conversation with their kids and just say, this is a threat that is out there, and we want to make sure that you're safe.
In Sterling, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
And in the district, a court appearance for a 12-year-old boy charged in an attempted carjacking that resulted in a 13-year-old's death. That incident unfolded Saturday in Penn Quarter. According to police, a 12-year-old and 13-year-old, Bernard Tony Jr., were trying to carjack an off-duty federal security officer. In response, police said the officer shot and killed Tony. A 12-year-old now facing charges of armed carjacking. In court today, we learned his own mother turned him in after seeing her son's suspect photo on a D.C. police press release. Our Daniel Hamburg was in the courtroom today where that boy faced a judge for the first time.
A D.C. police detective with the carjacking task force testified that the mother of the 12-year-old boy called 911 on Tuesday after recognizing her son in that photo released by police. That's when detectives got her consent to search her house, where they found the outfit of that 12-year-old boy seen in the video. Now, the judge said that they found substantial probability for carjacking, but not armed carjacking, mainly because the detective who testified pointed out there was no gun recovered on the scene or at the 12-year-old's house. The video, police say, showed the victim, a U.S. Marshal security officer, sitting in his car about to go to work. The detective said in the video, two boys were seen walking toward the car casually, and after a brief conversation, both boys put their hands on the front part of their waistbands as if to signal they had a gun. The detective said 13-year-old Bernard Tony Jr. approached the car on the passenger side while the 12-year-old approached on the driver's side, telling the officer, "Get the blank out, you know what this is." Within seconds, the federal security officer fired one shot at Tony. The detective says the 12-year-old went over, appearing to try to help Tony at first, but then ran away. The 12-year-old was placed in the Youth Services Center after the judge said while this was his first offense, there was a history of anger problems and other social issues at home. He'll be back in court on Monday morning. At the D.C. Superior Courthouse, Daniel Hamburg, D.C. News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Meanwhile, so far this year, D.C. police say there have been more than 5,900 carjackings, more than twice as many as this time last year. Now people who live in what are considered the riskiest neighborhoods can get free tracking tags in case their car is stolen. Our Randy Bass has details on how that program works and who is eligible coming up in our next half hour.
And we have an update now at 9 on the recovery of a Montgomery County police sergeant who police say was intentionally hit by a driver last month. Today, Police Chief Marcus Jones said Sergeant Patrick Koepp is in phenomenal spirit after that incident. He confirmed that Koepp's legs have been amputated. On October 18th, Koepp was trying to pull over 19-year-old Rafael Mayorga of Frederick. Investigators say Mayorga was suspected of driving drunk at 100 miles per hour on I-270, and Koepp deployed stop sticks to catch Mayorga. That's when Mayorga allegedly swerved into Koepp, crushing his legs.
He knows he has a very long journey in recovery and rehabilitation, but he still has a spirit that he wants to come back and still be a police officer, be a viable police officer.
Koepp has been named a public service hero. He received multiple awards for impaired driving prevention and enforcement. Mayorga is being held without bond.